go through the motion and just think we're just going to beat teams just because we're North Carolina. And that's what happens when you have a young team. You know, you got to get those guys to understand that you got to buy into the system, and you got to go out there each and every practice game, whatever it is, and you got to give it your all. And so we got to run and shoot tomorrow. And I told them, regardless of that, I want everybody to come out there and give it your all. And I want to see sweat. I want to see everybody just going after it. And that's what we got to have. So.
Joel, lacking effort is what you explained as the problem in the loss to Michigan State. To see it again tonight,
yeah,
are you able to hone in on what's causing that?
I mean, it's hard, and you know, like I was saying, when things go like that, you know, I feel like it's all my fault because I'm the leader of this team. I'm a veteran, and I know what it takes. And if we go out there and give an effort like that, I feel like I'm not stressing enough how much we have to go out there in each and every game and give it our all. And as you saw tonight, it was just no effort. We went a span where we didn't score for like 5 minutes, and then, you know, like I said, the 5 starters, we can't play the whole game. We got to have guys that are coming off the bench giving us something. So just that effort has to be there, and we can't just come out and give that effort that we did tonight. So.
Cam Johnson, one of the guys that came off the bench, coach said he played him that third time, didn't intend to give him that many minutes. How do you think he did in his debut with North Carolina?
Yeah, I think he did pretty good. You know, I just know how it is coming back off an injury. You just got to get used to things. But I think he did pretty good. He helped us out, especially, you know, spreading out the floor with having so many shooters out there. But overall, I think he did pretty good, and I think it was a good first game for him to come back and get his feet up under him, you know, as we get ready for Ohio State. So.
You guys have a lot of mature players, you know, been in big games, and so, I mean, just kind of how stunning is it to kind of have this type of result? I mean, you can have games where you don't shoot well, but it was like y'all kind of just continued to do little things wrong through the whole game and just kept piling up.
Yeah, well, I mean, you give a team, any team, confidence that they can stick around and be there to the end of the game. I mean, that's what's going to happen. And regardless of us having a veteran team or what, you give that team, you know, they feel like they were in the game, and they felt like, you know, we could play with them. And so they just kept doing what they were doing, knocking down shots. And it's hard to do that, and it's hard to take that momentum back when they have it going. And they came in that second half, and I think it was like a 13-point lead, and they just had the momentum, and it's hard to get it back on your side when, you know, they're just coming out there playing with more effort than you.
What was Roy's message in the locker room? Obviously, it was pretty upset in the press conference.
Yeah, just the bigger message is guys have to buy into the system and realize that we can't go through the motion. We can't go out there and just play and think that teams are going to just bow down to us just because we're North Carolina. And, you know, sometimes it's hard to get young guys to buy into that. But, you know, I feel like the leaders have to do a better job of getting those guys and getting them to understand that we have to go out there and give it our all each and every time. And that's what his message was, and he just brought us in, and he prays every time. But they just gotta give more effort, and that's. I mean, I know we keep saying it, but that's what it is.
How much do you take this on yourself to sort of be the guy that echoes Roy's message, and if they hear it from you, it may come differently than hearing it from him?
Yeah, I mean, I go out there and I battle with those guys in practice and in the game. So if they hear it from me, I feel like they'll buy into it more, rather than hearing it from Coach. You know, they hear Coach, you know, yell at them all the time, and I mean, he compliments them as well. But you know, if I'm telling those guys that, you know, we need to give more effort and that we need to do the things that Coach is telling us to do, I think they'll be able to relate to that more. And, you know, like I said, I'm going out there battling with them as well. So I just have to do a better job of just getting them to realize how important each and every game is, each and every practice, and each and every possession.
I know it's Wofford and I know it's at home, but Georgia Tech lost last year on New Year's was similar in a lot of ways, and you guys were saying a lot of the same things afterwards, and you responded to it. Do you draw on that experience, seeing how you guys responded to that to kind of deliver that message to these guys?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's it's good that the veterans know that what we have to do to be able to get to where we want to be. And you know, that Georgia Tech game, we could have hang our heads and just took that loss as a bad thing, but we made it into a positive, and we came back and we worked harder, and you know, it helped us throughout the season. So you know, as a veterans, we just gotta get those guys to understand, you know, it's not even ACC play yet, so we got a chance to be able to change and do the things that we want to do before we get into the nitty-gritty of the season.
You keep saying effort.